Hi everyone, welcome. FPL Matt Day here. This is the UEFA Champions League Match Week 7 live team selection video. We're here, it's a knockout stages, it's the round of 16. There's some really good fixtures. I will do a separate video with my captains, differentials and favourite players from each fixture. But this one is my team selection, which will be my squad going into the knockout stages. Before I start and share screen and go through my team, if you can please like this video, comment, ask any questions and get your thoughts in on my team, and subscribe if you are new here so you do not miss an upload. A couple of things as well just about the game, just so you know, for the knockout rounds, you can now have 4 players from one team. So if there's a team that you really like, you can pick 4 players. Team budgets have gone up as well, so there is more to spend as well. And also, this is for match week 7, which is the round of 16. It is spread over 2 weeks. So the first week has one set of fixtures, the second week has another, but that's all one match week. And then the second legs are a separate match week, which is match week 8. So take that into consideration. You also get transfers between match week 7 and match week 8. So there is some changes there. And then as you go into the knockout round, the quarterfinals, which will then be match week 9, you can make 5 changes then as well. I still believe as well that there is the rolling captain each night during the match day as well. And there's also the deadline where you can make your changes all the way up until deadline as well. But let's get straight into my team selection. I'm actually really excited to share screen and show you this. You probably will see the bottom of my bench as I share the screen, but I'm planning just to go from my goalkeeper and then all the way to my my defense. So let's start, and as you can see here, my goalkeeper, it's Vlacho Dimos from Benfica. Bruges were very strong in the group stages, which is who Benfica play away. And obviously Bruges were really strong. They kept a lot of clean sheets themselves, but Benfica were really strong defensively. And Bruges have started to lose a little bit of form lately. Vlacho Dimos as well is a cheap goalkeeper, and he's a bit of an enabler, and I really like him as my number 1. So that was my pick for the goalkeepers. So let's go to my defense, and you can just see it here. I'll just quickly go scroll out a little bit there, and as you can see in my defense, I'll go from left to right on my screen. Perisic on the far side, he returned in 5 games out of 6 in the group stages. So he was really good. And even when Spurs didn't keep a clean sheet, he did get assists. Spurs have scored the most goals from set plays in Europe, from corners in particular, free kicks up and swung in. And he's been taking them. He's got a really good delivery, both feet as well. So Perisic is in there. Spurs probably obviously aren't the best at defending. They are leaking goals. AC Milan are off form themselves, though, and he returns to Milan, a city that he knows well, when he played for Inter. So I'm liking him. He's got potential, and I think, even though I don't think Spurs will keep a clean sheet, I think there's a chance for him to swing a delivery in, Spurs to score from a set piece, and potentially some ball recoveries. So he's in there, and I want him for both legs. Then next to him there, you've got Di Lorenzo. Again, another player that's been on absolute fire in the group stages. Let's have a look here. 42 points today, and have a look at this. Some of these match days here were absolutely incredible. But yeah, unbelievable. 5.1 million, 15% selected. I think that's going to go up. Really strong domestic form, as you can see here, 5 stars. A couple of double-digit scores here on the screen that it lets me show. And he will be in contention to start the next game. Really good defender for Napoli. And then next to him there, I've got Grimaldo as well. Another popular choice at 5.3 million. He's been on fire. He got 12 points in the last match day. And this is a Benfica defence that's been keeping it quite tight at the back of late. And I think the Bruges game's got potential to be a 0-0, maybe 1-0 Benfica, which is why I want Grimaldo. And then my final defender there in my lineup for now is João Cancelo. Loaned to Bayern Munich. Okay, they've got PSG away, but he's 54% selected. I just think PSG is a bit of unrest at the moment with the fans that's been happening lately. This could be a game that, even if PSG score, because they've got such a good attack, João Cancelo He's already been made a couple of assists since being at Bayern Munich. I like him, and I think for 54% selected, he will be a handy player for both legs. Similar to Perisic, I've not got him there necessarily for the clean sheets, but I think his ball recoveries and his attacking returns will be too strong. So let's go into my midfield. And as you can see, we'll go from this far side here with Jude Bellingham. Again, another player that was just phenomenal in the group stages. At 49 points at 7.5 million. He's actually returned in every single game he's played. He's got Chelsea at home first. It's not been the most informed Chelsea side. He's a must-have for me. Captain option as well at 7.5 million. And then alongside him there, I've got João Mario, another player, so cheap, 6.1 million, 6% selected, 41 points. Have a look at that. His last 2 games, he got double-digit scores. Brilliant. He's going to be a popular pick. And I think he is a captain option for when Benfica play as well. So really liking him. And then I've got both of my Napoli players there. So there's a triple up here. And the reason I've gone for both midfielders is because Napoli are scoring so many goals. And I just don't want to miss out. I don't want to miss out. I think Frankfurt away is a tough game, but they could easily score 2 or 3 goals. I just don't want to miss a beat, because if Zielinski scores or Kvaratskhelia scores, I just don't want to. It's kind of either or for me. And Zielinski is the free kick taker. He does get on pens as well quite often. He had some big scores earlier on in the group stages in this Champions League. So I really, really like him. He is in contention to start the next game. They're saying his domestic form is 3.5, but I did have a good look through some Napoli forums and FootMob, and he's still been getting some high ratings. So yeah, I just want to kind of double dip there. And obviously the Georgian is in there as well at 5.9 million, 34 points this season. Some big scores, a couple of double-digit scores you can see there on the screen that he got in the group stages. Very consistent, 22% selected. That is going to go up. And him and Zielinski, 33 points, 34 points apiece. Yeah, it's really strong. So yeah, I'm doing something different. I do also like Valverde from Real Madrid. I think he's a really good option in that midfield. Maybe if you can upgrade and get Leroy Sané. But I'm quite confident on Napoli over both legs. Yeah, and for now, I'm not looking to change his team till prior to deadline. This is going to be my team unless there is any injuries or suspensions. So this is my locked-in defence and midfield and keeper. So let's go to the forwards. And as you can see here, captain's armband is on Mbappe for the first night against Bayern Munich. He does have a potential injury, but with the Champions League fantasy, you can make your changes all the way up until deadline. So I'll have my alarm set here in Australia. I'll be up checking the team lineups an hour before the game, and I'll be making potentially a move if Mbappe isn't fit. So if he doesn't start, I won't play him. I won't keep him in the squad. I'll move him on. I'll probably get in either Harry Kane, who's a penalty taker for Spurs, obviously one of their best player, their main source of goals, or Lautaro Martinez, who's been on fire for Inter Milan lately. But I'd probably go with Kane because Milan have been a little bit off form and shaky at the back of late in comparison to Porto, who Interplay, who have been really strong. So at the moment, that Mbappe pick is tentative. It could change. There was rumours online today saying that he has been playing for training for PSG, and he's going to be in the squad. Whether he starts or not, we are not 100% sure. And then, as you can see, the man next to him here, Osimhen. Unbelievable. Domestic form, 5 stars. Okay, look, you see here, there's a couple of games he didn't play. So I've quadrupled up on Napoli. But this guy is on form. Go and check out his goal scoring form. There hasn't been a game lately for Napoli where he hasn't scored. Sometimes 2. I think there's been some pens he's been on as well. So that kind of makes Zielinski a little bit more of a tougher pick, but Zielinski's been on fire in the Champions League. It seems to be his tournament. He's a Champions League player, and that's what's making me want him. And very confident in Napoli just because their form is so good at the moment. Obviously, if Napoli go out, I'm going to be in some trouble. I'm going to have to make a lot of changes. You get 5, luckily, in match week 9. Obviously, if they struggle in the first leg, I might have to take a couple of them out as well. Obviously, depending on how the rest of the team goes. But that is my lineup. So as you can see there, Let's just move out the screen a little bit more. That is my my lineup. And let's go to my bench. So my second keeper is Anana from Inter Milan. And there's plenty of other good options. Diogo Costa from Porto. They're keeping clean sheets. They play Inter. He saves pens. But Inter have also been keeping some clean sheets lately. And I can see this being a tight 1-0, 0-0 type of game. And then as you can see there next to him, one of my extra defenders is Ruben Diaz, back in the City team. Leipzig away and at home. I think is a reasonably good fixture. All Champions League fixtures are tough. It's hard to pick clean sheets. But I just look at it and think he's back in the City side. He's one of the main players when he's fit and when Man City are firing. Lots of ball recoveries, set piece threat as well. So I'm liking Ruben Diaz. Fingers crossed he doesn't pick up any more injuries or knocks. And he did play against Aston Villa in the Premier League on this weekend just gone, which helps as well. And then next to him here, Vinicius Junior from Real Madrid. This man's on fire. Domestic form, 5 stars. You can see down there, he's been hitting in the group stages as well. I wanted some Real Madrid coverage. Liverpool away is a tough game, but Liverpool's form this season hasn't been the best. Had to get him in there. Obviously, Benzema's another shout for Mbappe as well. And if Mbappe doesn't play, but I am liking the Harry Kane idea against Milan. And then my final player, which is my third striker, it's got to be Haaland. You've got to get him in there. The only games he hasn't hit, well, in saying that he hit in the first 3 games, didn't return in match week 4, 5. Match week 5, he got subbed off early, only played 45 minutes. Match week 4 and 6, they rested him, but he hit in the first 3 games. He's going to return to Germany and score a couple of goals, in my opinion, or score over both legs. This is why they bought Haaland Man City for the Champions League when they need to get through. Like last season, Real Madrid, they won the first leg 4-3, and they should have been home and dry 7-4, 7-3, 8. Like they should have scored 6 or 7 goals. I'm not over exaggerating. So many chances missed, and if Haaland was there with his long legs in the box, I think he would have ended up scoring quite a few goals. He's going to be big in this Champions League knockouts, in my opinion. So I'm just going to try and zoom in a little bit more just so you can see it a lot better. So that's my team selection. Like I said, the only change is going to be Mbappe if he is not fit. And I'm looking at Harry Kane, Lautaro Martinez and Benzema. But I think right now it's Kane, Martinez and Benzema in terms of the order. I know Benzema's Mr. Champions League and Mr. Real Madrid, but I like Kane for these couple of games. And I think as well, it is a wait and see. There's teams on lots of different form. What you see now in the knockouts, or what we saw in the group stages, can be completely different in the knockout stages. So let's see how it goes. But yeah, let me know what you think of my team. Give it a rate out of 10 in the comments. Let me know if you think I've gone a little bit too hard on Napoli, going with 4 players. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on my team. But look, that is my team selection for the round of 16, match week 6, UEFA Champions League Fantasy. I can't wait. Be sure to like this video, comment, like I said before, let me know your thoughts, and subscribe if you are new to the channel, and hit the notification bell. I am going to have another upload before the deadline, which will go through my favorite differentials and captains from each game. The captains for each night, the rotation, and the fixtures as well. Thanks for tuning in. And I'm FPLMattDay, and I will see you all in the next one.